Are you here? Am I here? Does anybody hear me? Oh my God, this is so weird. Is it not? Like, what the hell? Everything looks normal. Okay, you can see me? Oh my God, can you see me? Oh my God, am I here? Oh my God. Okay, listen, everybody. Listen. Oh my God. I think someone's trying to make me, like, go nuts. I was live for like 15 minutes. I was fucking live, like right here, like same fucking thing. For 15 minutes. Keurig. Well, this one is drip. I didn't have to make Keurig. Wow. I've been talking to you guys. I've been like talking to you guys. And thinking that you were like just talking to each other. So I thought, oh, well, they're just talking to each other. You should be happy. God damn it. I'm telling you, sorry. I'm so sorry. What a piece of poop that is. What a waste of time. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry for that. Hi, butterflies. Jesus. Hair's blowing in my face. Hi, butterflies. Anyway, gosh, I'm sorry. I don't even know. Well, I did say I'm sorry that Richard Simmons died because I really admired him. And I thought he was a hugely underappreciated. Oh, the music. Oh, shit. I didn't even know that was playing. Fucking hell. All right, let's just take it slow, okay? Thank you, Scott. Because I can't hear the music. It doesn't play in my ear. So I apologize. But thank you for letting me know. The music is lovely. It's a nice piece of music. God damn it. Am I? Yeah. I mean, I'm not really feeling bad. I'm just kind of meh. You know, I'm kind of meh. And every time I think things are like, you know, pretty status quo, pretty like okay, I kind of get a gut punch. I am very familiar with the gut punch. So I tend to feel the gut punch pretty badly. Let's listen to this asshole and see what he says.
Joining us now, Republican National Committee Chairman Michael Whatley. Chairman, good to see you this morning. We had planned a different conversation. I'm wondering how you're feeling now that we've all seen this video multiple times. You've had a chance to digest that we could be having a very different story or conversation this morning.
We could be, and obviously we're very relieved that the president is okay. We are heartbroken for the families of those who were shot and the lives that were lost. And I think that it kind of gives you a sense of the gravity of what we're talking about here.
I don't feel like he gives a shit at all.
We, as a Republican Party, we stand firmly behind President Trump, and we really do grieve for the families of the rest of the victims of this incident.
Say really? We really do.
We know a convention takes 18 months more, 2 years to get planned.
No, not theirs.
From everything from messaging to security. How did the events of last night impact the plans here?
In terms of the physical sense, the arena's set. The security is here, and we feel very comfortable that we're working with the Secret Service. We're working with 40 different law enforcement agencies in terms of what that security is going to look like. And this is going to be a facility where we're going to be able to have 50,000 delegates and alternates and guests and members of the media who are going to be here and who are going to be safe. That's very critical for us. Look, our business is critically important for the process, right? We're going to be nominating President Trump for the president, and we're going to be nominating a vice president. They're going to give their speeches to accept those nominations, and then we're going to move back into the field. We're going to roll up our sleeves, and we're going to go to work. So that is not going to change. Clearly, I think the mood is going to. I mean, the number of prayers that I have received, the texts that I have received from people all across the country who are praying for President Trump, who are praying for the families of those who were affected in the shooting. That is tremendously important. I know it's important to the president. I know it's important to the family. It's certainly important to me.
He'll be fine.
Well, it does feel like there was some divine intervention, a potential miracle in what happened yesterday.
Okay,
I'm going to read you something from the Wall Street Journal editorial board. Talks through where we are, the tone of where we are, and says that President Trump will win over more Americans if he comes here and tells his followers they need to fight peacefully and within the system. If the Trump campaign is smart in thinking about the country as well as the election, it will make the theme of Milwaukee a call to political unity and the better angels of American nature. They go on to say that's going to leave plenty of room for criticizing Democrats and their failed policies, but the country wants civil disagreement and discourse, not civil war. What about that theme of unity this week?
Look, I think unity is obviously very important. I think strength is obviously very important. But right now, this morning, I think politics is secondary. I think right now we need to be praying for these families that have been affected. I think we need to be grateful that President Trump is alive and is actually going to be here. And certainly we look forward to him being here in Milwaukee. And I think it's going to be a tremendously important for him to be here and to deliver that message to America.
Okay, you're not
Do you think that this is a bit of a wake-up?
You're not talking about the security situation. You're talking about how much you want to suck his dick. Okay? And I don't need to be here to hear you say that, frankly. All right, let me find something else. Let me go to our little newspaper. Philadelphia freedom. I love you. All right, let me see. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Is a mystery to... Okay, well, if it's a mystery, then we really don't have much to write about it then, do we? If it's indeed a mystery. Quality of life cleanups. Well, it doesn't seem very kind, but okay. College students stepped on legal weed. The winners of answers. Inside temples, high-tech push to track healthcare costs. Wow. A scrap of George Washington's war tent was bought. Oh, wow. A scrap of his war tent? Interesting. I guess this is the only news. This is the only news. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Alec Baldwin weeps in court. A little data breach. To get your week started. U.S. inflation cools again, potentially paving way for Fed to cut interest rates soon. Here we go. In a better-than-expected report, consumer prices declined 0.1% from May to June after having remained flat the previous month, the Labor Department said Thursday. So there you go. Wait, what's today? Isn't today the 15th? What is this today's? What happened? Where am I? Is this today's paper? I'm feeling like I'm just completely... I think I'm completely, like... don't know. I feel like I'm in crazy town. Crazy town. Crazy town. I like politics. But I don't know if this is really okay. Whatever. What attempted assassination? Okay. Assassination. A hero's welcome. Josh Shapiro. Assassination. Okay. All right. Well, the Inquirer has pretty much given us their thoughts. That's what they think. You tried your hardest never to see 90210, but enjoyed much of Charmed. Yeah, Charmed was good. Definitely like Charmed. Yeah, MS is really terrible. Oh, she has MS too, Pepper? I didn't know that. Good morning, Pepper. I didn't know that. That's too bad. It's a bitch of a disease. Like, I'm scared of that disease. Ugh. I'm scared of that. Because that's an immune disorder, like my psoriatic arthritis. Even your crazy town. Yeah, we are in crazy town. Crazy cuckoo town. But, yeah. But it's okay. I mean, there's no alternative. I think about the alternative a lot. Probably a lot more than I should. So. Crazy town, come on down to crazy town, yeah. We got all the deals at crazy town, yeah. Muskie, good morning. F Judge Cannon. Oh, fuck, man. What happened? Fuck. Come on now. What's going on? What the fuck, Muskie? Let me check Twitters. Right next to you, butterflies. That's right. Come on down to crazy town. Come on down. What? 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 He sold secrets. If the Rosenbergs are any indication, he should be executed. What? So, okay, let me get this straight. God fucking damn it. She dismissed it because the prosecutor, she claims, isn't constitutional, even though that's bullshit. And so that makes his crimes go away? I'm sorry. Everything in this world doesn't make sense to me. Nothing makes sense. Interpersonal relationships don't make sense. This doesn't make sense. I'm confused. I really don't see the rule of law at work here. I don't see this as rule of law at all. I don't know. I don't know, guys. This is like, I mean, yeah, I guess we knew this was going to kind of happen, but nothing seems right, frankly. All right, let me see if I can get some news on this. God, fuck. I'm sorry. This world is so stupid. So fucking stupid. So fucking stupid. There's a Lawfare Live, the Lawfare blog. Hold on, let me pull this up. First of all, this guy is one of the best gamers to watch, Hollow. He's one of my favorite gamers to watch. So there's that. But, oops, sorry. This isn't what I wanted. I didn't mean to hurt you.
Trump's embrace of the January 6th rioters makes a certain amount of sense.
Okay. So in 4 hours, the Aftermath, which is part of the Lawfare blog, is going to be on, and they're a great show. And so that's at noon, I think. I don't know. Yeah, Lawfare Live. So that's a really good show on YouTube if you want to watch it. It looks like it'll be at noon. Let me see if I can find some RNC shit. I don't know. I don't really get it. Here we go.
Florida has dismissed the prosecution because of concerns over the appointment of the prosecutor who brought the case. U.S. District Judge Eileen Cannon granted that defense motion to dismiss the case really just a short time ago here. Lawyers for Trump had argued that special counsel Jack Smith was illicitly appointed and that his office was improperly funded by the DOJ. Again, all of this information is just coming in right now, so it's pretty vague, but we are going to get some more details
The only fun thing about this was selecting the GIF to send with this to my husband.
For special counsel Jack Smith and a lawyer for Trump have not responded to any kind of comment here, any messages asking about exactly how all of this played out, but still so many questions. We're going to bring in an expert a little bit later on to help break down exactly what this means. But all of this developing at this hour, really just days after we did see the former president nearly assassinated while on the stage over in Butler, Pennsylvania, where he was at a rally. Of course, you do know right now that the person who shot him, the FBI says,
aren't there usually
acted alone
findings?
And has since been killed. We are going to continue to follow this here with the latest breaking details as Judge Eileen Cannon has dismissed that Trump classified documents case. We're going to head to a quick break, though, and we'll have much more coming up in just a couple minutes.
I mean, if I had, I don't know. Feel lucky. Feel lucky if in your life you have a distraction. Feel lucky. Feel lucky that if your life is not, you know, just this. Just feel lucky. That gives me permission to use my Get Smart memes. Scott. Always, hence the name. Yep. Oh my God. Yeah, they are. I don't know. I think we're in serious trouble. I think we're in serious trouble. You made me laugh, Scott. Dun, 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 dun. I used to always want to be Agent 99. I thought she was so cool. You got a whittle boo-boo. What happened to experienced judge overseeing her? I don't know. Thank you, SB. What happened to that? What happened to any oversight whatsoever? What happened to any oversight? So he dodged 2 bullets. Did he dodge 2? Oh, he dodged 2 bullets. I got it. Kathy, that's funny. You wanted to be Maxwell Smart? That's cool. I did. I thought she was so cool. She was so cool and like She just moved really cool, you know. He moved really cool. Yeah, we're off to a great start, aren't we? Well, I was live for 15 minutes, but not live for some reason. And I can't stop like tearing up for some odd other reason. I'm going to need to find something to make myself happy today. That's what okay, that's my suggestion on this is that find something that makes you happy. Oh, Barb McQuaid's. Hi, Jen. How are you? Good morning. Let me check Barb McQuaid's tweet. Hold on. I didn't mean to hurt you. I didn't mean to make you cry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I'm just a jealous guy. I used to think that was such a pretty song. I mean, I do still, I guess. I don't know. Let me check our Twitter friends. I didn't mean to make you cry. One job. They had one job. New socks, chocolates, more drugs. I don't know. Go out, get laid. I don't know. That doesn't work for me, so I don't know if you guys can do that. Go ahead. You're hiding in the back room. Okay, all right. You just hide there, Jen. We won't tell anybody that you're actually here. That's okay. I got you, girl. Fresh flowers. No, I already do nice stuff for myself. That doesn't make me feel better. Maybe my nose is running, and that's not because I'm sad. It's just because my nose is running. Oh, I didn't mean to hurt you. I didn't mean to make you cry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I just want to sing. Could we just sing? Could we just do some singing or something? It was fucked up. Why are the worst people the luckiest? Kathy, I agree. Easily. Sing a song. They're not airing Morning Joe? Oh, that's interesting. Make it simple to last your whole life long. Don't worry that it's not good enough for anyone else to hear. Just sing a song. Let's see. What does LB say? Lincoln's Bible will make me feel better. Stephanie always makes me feel better. Is obeying in advance. This is what bothers me about the whole thing. Not in a conspiracy sense, but even the Secret Service betrays their training and responsibility, betrays that which they hold dear and gives them purpose, betrays their oath to enable him. All who choose to orbit him end up lost. Never has there been a more toxic human. Trump said, wait, stopping the Secret Service from getting him to supposed safety, to put his shoes back on, let me get my shoes, and 2, find the camera and strike a pose. And the Secret Service let him. Is that not fucking insanity? I think it is. This one's doing well, this tweet that I did. So Eric said, 2 years ago today, we lost this incredible woman. I have no doubt she was watching down on my father last night. It was nothing short of divine intervention. They're posing on a staircase. That might be the staircase that she died on. No, I don't think it is. It was a big staircase. And I said, Eric, she's buried in the back of your golf course. You obviously hated her. Because I like to be mean sometimes. And then Kit comes in like a champ and says, without a headstone or a lawn keeper or any respect. And then Isabella comes in, double tap. She fell down the stairs. He posts a picture of them all sitting on the stairs. That's creepy. But then I get a lot of hate. Cut it the fuck out. Do you people ever stop? Get help? No. Here I don't. I never stop. Media literacy. Here's an article for you. And then Mr. Barrington says, you obviously hate yourself. And to which I inevitably have to say, not possible. How can anyone hate me? How can anyone hate me? Let's see who else hated me. Oh, this guy, I don't understand. This Black Catter, look at this guy. His account is all of this tweet. That's all it is. That doesn't seem very genuine. That doesn't seem like a genuine person. I don't know about that. Classified oh, look, Matt Gaetz is super happy. Eileen Cannon waited for the opening of the RNC to pull this. Wow. That's a good one. Hoodlum's great. That's a great account. Hoodlum's funny. Chunk, are you fucking kidding me? Norm Eisen, here we go. Here we go. Thank you, Norm. Judge Cannon has wrongly dismissed the Mar-a-Lago documents case based on a purported appointments clause violation. This is insane and will not only be reversed by the 11th Circuit, but may result in the ouster of Judge Cannon. A thread. Oh, wait, he hasn't done his thread yet? Girl, we're waiting on your thread. Come on. Where's your thread? Where's your thread? It's late. Eileen Cannon's previous rulings about Trump demand her recusal. This is June 12th. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not going to read that. I'm not going to read that. Well, that's not a thread, sir. It's not a thread. It's not, you're not threading. Norm. Charlie Kirk. This is huge, just like my forehead. The superseding indictment is dismissed. He thanks for tweeting Kyle Cheney. Good media literacy, Charlie. Oh, fuck me in the ass. Come on now. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. Sometimes I just say that because it's the most shocking thing that I can say to myself. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh my God. She dismissed it against all of them? She dismissed it against all three of them? Okay, listen. You know, remember that, do you remember that SCROTUS case we just watched come down? Where they talked about, you know, presidential powers and immunity and all that shit? You know all that shit? I'm going to come back and read chat because you guys are amazing. Do you remember that? Now I can't remember what I was just talking about. Oh, remember that immunity shit at SCROTUS? Okay, let me tell you that. Let me tell you about the immunity shit at SCROTUS. God, my tweets aren't, or things aren't loading. Okay. Why doesn't fucking, what's his fuck? What the fuck, Merrick Garland? Why don't you fucking hire Jack Smith and fuck off with the special counsel? Nobody gives a shit about your conflict of interest, okay? Nobody. So Merrick Garland, get your fucking head out of your ass. Stop either acting like this is normal or stop being complicit and fucking figure out how to make Jack Smith legal and stop waiting for the right thing to happen because you're depending on the 11th Circuit to come in and fucking fix this. This is corruption. Judge Cannon did something corrupt. Period. She shouldn't just be disbarred. She should be in prison for trying to help a traitor, aiding and abetting in undermining the Constitution of the United States. To me, that's a crime. So get her the fuck out and put her in a fucking cell. But no, she's probably just going to make her boat payment. I'm so done. You know what? Like, the world doesn't work out for me. My life doesn't work out for me. Nothing works out. And I'm fucking sick to death of it. I'm fucking sick to death of it. This is so stupid. Like, why the 11th Circuit hasn't jumped in and fucked with this doesn't make any sense to me. Like, they are always jumping into other shit. Butterflies, are you leaving? Are you leaving? Let's hope so. Okay, wait. Let me come back to chat because you guys have been really smart. And I'm just fucking flapping my yap. According to CNN, the move was made to avoid dealing with one of the Morning Joe crew potentially saying something inappropriate about the Trump assassination attempt. Really? Yeah, I do like Stephanie. Yeah, because Special Counsel Smith's appointment violated the Appointments Clause sounds a lot more like a finding than an expression of concerns. Well, it is a finding, but is it a finding? I mean, is that real? The FBI hasn't confirmed he was shot. Really? Interesting, Jen. Thomas signaled to her to do this. Yeah, he did. You're right, Max. Good morning, Max. He did. But it kind of surprised. My shoes, they're on your feet. You heard I'm going steady? I'm not. I'm not going. Oh yeah, I'm going steady with some troll on Twitter who told me I was an idiot and called me what do you call me? A fucking idiot? I can't remember what he called me now. But we're going steady. Yeah. Can't Garland just use DOJ prosecutor, not a special counsel? See, this is my point. You can't. Why can't he hire Jack Smith? Why? What? Where's the? I mean, is that a bad? Why is that a bad thing? See, because my simple-minded understanding, granted, my simple understanding, is that the reason he was appointed as a special counsel and it wasn't handled out of the DOJ specifically, like standard crew, is because they didn't want there to be a conflict of interest. Well, that ship sailed. And it doesn't matter if we could prove all day long there's no conflict of interest. That doesn't matter because guess what? They don't even pay attention to the evidence. They're not even paying attention to the evidence. So I don't think I care right now. I think I'm pretty convinced that there's no conflict of interest with Biden's administration going after a criminal. There's no conflict of interest. So fucking Merrick Garland, do what you need to do the appropriate thing and try these cases. This is such bullshit. And Merrick Garland, I'm done with you. I have stood up for you for 3 years. And I'm fucking done because you're handing this country to a bunch of fucking demagogues. I don't even understand that. I don't even begin to understand why that makes anything. We almost made America great again, Wolf's Den. I mean, getting rid of him doesn't get rid of the problem, okay? We've got a bigger problem than just one flesh sack. All right? We definitely have a bigger problem than a flesh sack. Trump is probably threatening them every day, yeah. Hi, GP. How are you? Good evening. Good morning. Like there's a lot of people. I guess there are a lot of people scared of those documents. Jen, I think you've really hit on it. I really do. I think you've hit on it. I think there's more in those documents. More than we realize Trump is probably threatening. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, let's stop putting Republicans in the Department of Justice. Yeah. I mean, really? Come on. This is like not right. This isn't right. Is there any good protests in Milwaukee? We should check. I wish I lived like somewhere where stuff like this happened, you know, like Milwaukee or Florida or DC. I want to come to DC for the I want to come to DC for the Chutkan evidentiary hearing. Is that in September? They haven't set a date for that yet, have they? Maybe Cannon got scared to decide the case and this is her way of getting out. It might be, Muskie. Yeah, nothing ever happens in LA. Well, I mean, not regarding this stuff. Not regarding politics. It sounds like a good trip. I don't know. I want to be, actually, what I would love, oh my God, love, would be to cover the case inside the courtroom. Wouldn't that be amazing? I couldn't wear my dinosaur costume inside, but I know. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, yeah, or Beverly Hills adjacent. Dino on the road. I know. Oh, yeah. Actually, that's a good point. Easily says Milwaukee is on high alert, plus you don't need a permit for a gun now. I don't even get this. Oh, my God. You know, maybe I'm glad I'm like, I don't know. Well, I'm not going to say it. Terrible thing to say. Wow, I just, I expect bad things. I really do. I do. I expect the worst. I'm not kidding. I expect the worst. But this is like, I don't even know. I don't even know. This seems like really stupid to me. I just can't. I just can't. I just can't. Protesters have 2 small designated spaces to protest. They won't even be heard. Wisconsin did this to themselves. Insane gun laws. That's so interesting. I love democracy, Dino. Thank you. I do try. I try to bring humor to the protests. We've almost become numb. I know, that's the problem. Hi, Lee. Oh my gosh, so good to see you. Convention watch is on. Busy morning, busy day. I mean, I don't think it's going to end. I'm not even sure because they kept adding things to the schedule. Actually, let me go to hold on, let me go to the RN. Let's see what this,
officer under the kind of
okay. Oh,
that means. And so he's an outsider who was brought in to do the DOJ's job in prosecuting the former president. So this has been something that has long been identified as a very serious issue in the prosecution against Donald Trump. Now, others have attempted to essentially challenge the appointment of the special prosecutor program that currently exists within the Department of Justice, namely Hunter Biden. He was unsuccessful in his bid to challenge the special counsel that was appointed, Robert Hur, in that case. But that case is different on a number of different grounds.
Wait a minute.
Specifically, the idea that Hur is, in fact, the U.S. attorney.
Bitch. Nobody challenged Robert Hur. This guy just fucking lied. Lee, I know. We just found out. Cannon dismissed the documents case against everyone, against Walt, against Oliveira, and against Trump. That was wrong. He lied. He lied. I don't think the president didn't fucking challenge Robert Hur's appointment at all. In fact, I recall him making a statement, or the White House making a statement, that he was fine. I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. I don't know why. When did lying become totally acceptable? Like, I don't fucking get it. I don't fucking get it.
In the state of Delaware appeal. It's going to start at the circuit court and then likely work its way all the way up to the Supreme Court. There's a long history in our country of having these special counsel or special prosecutors be appointed for high-profile cases, especially those where there is a conflict of interest within the Department of Justice.
Get really fucked up.
So it's going to be kind of a review of the history of how this has all taken place. And ultimately, I think the Supreme Court is likely going to set some sort of new standard as to how a special counsel comes to be. We can go back, I guess, about 30 years to the Bill Clinton era when we remember Kenneth Starr was appointed as a special prosecutor against Bill Clinton. And that had just so much publicity that went on with that. And we all kind of knew his name as a household name. But that was different because he was appointed by Congress to lead the special prosecution or the special investigation against Bill Clinton. Then in, I believe, right around the 2000s, the DOJ shifted from this congressional appointment of special counsel to a DOJ appointment where it's the Attorney General who appoints a special counsel. And so for the last 20 years or so, there have been these Department of Justice appointments that have gone on. We even can remember the Mueller report in Donald Trump's first administration. That was as a result of a special counsel as well. So that didn't result in a prosecution, so there's nothing to overturn in that regard. But I do think that this is going to create a big picture review of how special counsels are appointed, and I think that's going to come from likely guidance from the Supreme Court when this case goes all the way up.
There are several cases that have been filed against the former president. This one was widely considered to be maybe the top tier when you're looking at the severity of them. Why is that?
Well, this case was looked at by those who thought that President Trump should be prosecuted and ultimately convicted as a very strong case because it's just a document-based case. The documents were not where they were supposed to be. They were classified documents. And so if the classified documents weren't in a secured vault or weren't in the White House, then by default, it's a crime. It's the misuse or the mishandling of classified documents.
Okay, I can't listen to this dipshit. This fucking human fleshlight. Okay? That is not the crime. The crime is that he refused to return them, and yes, they are documents that shouldn't be stolen. Okay? So, that's a thing. Oh my God, I can't. I don't know. That's not why. Yeah, thank you. Give me coffee. What a mess. Yeah, it would be nice. Yeah, stop only speaking through your filings, DOJ. Thank you, Lee. I mean, I think that it seems to me there could be some action coming from the DOJ that we can see. Retention and obstruction. Yes, thank you. Give me coffee. Those are really the crimes. Retention of documents that don't belong to you, and then obstruction from giving them back. And lying, and moving documents, and trying to avoid scrutiny. Those are no-nos. That's a no-no. That's a no-no. So, yeah. Okay, well, I'm not watching that anymore. Okay, hold on. I'm going to find us something else. Yikes. Da 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 10:45 a.m., 12 p.m. Boop, 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 boop. Oh my God. And the chuds on this website, fuck all of you. My God, you're the dumbest idiots in the world. Probably lurking in Queenie's. Oh. With the rest of them. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad. I'm glad all the people that offer such amazing entertainment constantly get all those views. That's amazing. It was really a lesson to be learned there somewhere for me. I haven't learned it yet, but it's somewhere. Oh, well, I guess in about 20 minutes they're going to start some coverage of the RNC, so we'll go there.
The records seem to indicate that they were classified by the nature of the cover letter on top of them, or stamps on the on these few documents that listed them as being classified. Now, that cover letter or the stamp itself doesn't make something automatically classified, but there is at least some decent arguments there that at least some of the documents were at some point classified. Now, after Donald Trump left office, or actually while he was leaving office, many of these banker boxes were moved to his personal residence at Mar-a-Lago. How that movement happened is a little unclear, and in fact, it was government agents and government moving company or government contracted moving company who moved many of these things. So there's kind of a lack of evidence or lack of knowledge right now as to exactly what Donald Trump said should move or not move, or how that debate took place. In any event, it made its way to Mar-a-Lago, and once at Mar-a-Lago, after some time, the head of the National Archives, who is in charge of
I don't know if that's true or not.
Records, effectively, said that those records that they felt were missing belonged back at the National Archives. And so a debate essentially began between the National Archives and Donald Trump's attorneys. There was a debate kind of along the way. Donald Trump's team had effectively said that they would secure or keep those records in a safe manner pending the outcome of the dispute between the National Archives and Mr. Trump. In the meantime, the National Archives referred the case to the Department of Justice, saying that they believed that it was a crime what was going on. And so once the DOJ had it, they eventually appointed Jack Smith as special counsel, and that's because the Department of Justice has certain rules that requires appointment of a special counsel when there's a conflict of interest.
It's just a case is dismissed.
That being the competition, I guess, between the political alliances here, Donald Trump being a Republican and the Department of Justice being controlled at this point by Merrick Garland and ultimately overseen by Joe Biden, all Democrats. And so that's effectively, Jack Smith gets involved, a raid on Mar-a-Lago occurs where they find those banker boxes. There's a lot of dispute about it, effectively where they were found or the nature of how they were found. Some photographs of the FBI during the raid suggested that they were kind of strewn about and very easily accessible. Later on, that turns out that many of those documents were kind of laid out and staged in a photograph. And then the prosecution began. And that's where we find ourselves today. Now, there's been many different legal issues that have been filed as time has gone by, but this one is an overarching issue which effectively calls into question the ability of Jack Smith, the special counsel, to have prosecuted this case in the first place. And if he can't prosecute it, then what are we doing here? We have to only get ourselves into a criminal courtroom with an appropriately appointed prosecutor, is effectively what Judge Cannon is saying.
Well,
and I do want to talk a little bit more about the case that did exist against President Biden here. We know that we had the...
No, I'm not. It is so infuriating. I know, Scott. I know. I'm going to make it go away. I'm going to make it go away now. I'm going to make the bad people go away. God. I'm so... I think I need a change of pace. Oh, is Vivek? Oh, no. Oh, shit.
So we want to begin this morning with just
Here's a Heritage Foundation policy fest.
To thank God for our country, to ask for his comfort for those who've lost their husband and their father this past weekend, to heal those who were injured, to thank him for protecting President Trump, to ask him to please continue to protect and bless this country, to give our nation's leaders wisdom.
I know
and
this
also
is
to give
worse.
us
Boy,
courage to
girl,
stand
you
and
gotta.
keep standing.
What's wrong with
So I'm just gonna
everybody's?
ask us to
With
take a
Vivek?
moment
Oh
of
God,
silence for
it's
our prayers.
Vivek. Okay, listen. Let me tell you about Vivek Ramaswamy's video expertise. It's non-existent. Vivek Ramaswamy, on every single video coming out of his channel, every single one, the sound quality is terrible. Every single one. Every single one. I'm not kidding. Not kidding. All right, let me see what else is happening here. Shit balls, shit balls.
With Scott and with Jessica Levinson about what this
better?
potentially could mean for other special counsels, including obviously the one investigating the president's son, Hunter Biden. Again,
how about that
if you're an
special
American
counsel?
and you're watching this and you're seeing, forget your political persuasion, but you're sort of seeing what many are calling the weaponization of the Justice Department, in which political opponents investigate each other, they investigate family members. If this is good for the goose, is it good enough for the gander?
Well, I think that's a big if, particularly when we talk about congressional Republicans. I mean, obviously, we know, for instance, that their impeachment inquiry of the president is still underway, although so far they have remained relatively quiet on that front. But, you know, I would note just last week we saw the House fail to approve a resolution to hold Attorney General Merrick Garland in inherent contempt. Of course, looking at the other side of the coin, this is congressional Republicans who continue to insist that they want the special counsel who interviewed President Biden, special counsel Robert Hur. They still are pursuing the tapes of that interview. They want more than just a transcript. So while that inherent contempt vote failed in Congress in the House just last week, it is not necessarily quieting the calls among congressional Republicans to push for those tapes. Now, granted, this is a completely separate investigation from that of the former president, but also involving the issue of classified documents. So on one hand, while they may be praising this ruling by Judge Eileen Cannon, at the same token, does that mean they will now quiet their concerns with respect to the special counsel Robert Hur's investigation into President Biden? And while, yes, that is concluded, again, you know, we have seen Republicans repeatedly look for ways to try to push the Justice Department for those tapes, even though time and again the Justice Department has said that they are protected by executive privilege and that they are not going to pursue any type of charges against the Attorney General, despite the House's attempt to hold the Attorney General in contempt. Realizing that is separate from what is happening from Hunter Biden, I just use that as an example of how, you know, there are two sides of this coin here when we talk about some of these special counsel investigations.
So congratulations, Spain.
All
Sorry,
right, Nicole
England.
Killian for us, reporting from Capitol Hill this morning. Nicole, as always, we appreciate you hustling to the camera for us with this breaking news. And in fact, we've got some news coming into the CBS News Broadcast Center. The former president has actually just posted the Truth Social, and I'm paraphrasing here. Actually, you can probably see it right behind me. No, right there, folks. There it is, coming into one of our newsrooms there, and I can't see which one it is, but they have been able to post that onto the air. I wonder if we can push in on that. Let's push in on that and show our viewers. There it is.
Never mind.
All right. So that's what we're able to do here, right? Breaking news happening all across the newsrooms that CBS owns and operates stations, and if there's something happening, we can bring it up. There is that tweet or whatever they call it on Truth Social from the former president. The department, the Justice Department coordinated all these political attacks, which are an election interference conspiracy against Joe Biden's political opponent, me. Let us come together to end all weaponization of our justice system and make America great again. So that is the former president responding to the fact that Judge Aileen Cannon in Florida has dismissed the classified documents case against him. Let's bring back Jessica Levinson to continue this conversation to talk about what this all means going. Jessica and Katrina, and also thank our correspondents, Caitlin Huey-Burns and Scott McFarland, who hustled to a camera for us, including Nicole Killian, as the news came into the newsroom.
Are we doing
Again,
something
if
else?
you're just joining us here at CBS News 24/7,
Are you going to news now?
Trump
Are you going to more
has,
news now?
well, at least the judge that was appointed by former President Donald Trump has dismissed that classified documents case, which was by many legal experts one of the strongest legal cases against the former president. The fact that he had taken classified documents from the White House, from Washington, to his private residence at Mar-a-Lago. That case has now been dismissed by Judge Aileen Cannon.
For the moment.
Back to our other top story this morning. Of course, we are learning more about the spectator who was tragically horrible.
No. Okay. No. Violence, bad, attack, weaponization. Attack the weaponization. Destroy the weaponization. Sounds like the weather I need in Washington State to quell the forest fires. Oh, I'm sorry, Scott. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so Tom, you said Barbara McQuaid on MSNBC says it's a blessing in disguise because now the appeal can be immediate and Garland could also take it out of special counsel, just as you said. I say just hire Jack Smith. Why can't you just hire Jack Smith? Is there not an opening? No. Do any of them do news? No. Started off rainy, but sun is coming out. May have to be a short day. This has really gotten me pissed off. Now, need a green break. Yes, girl. Yes, girl. No, it's bad. It's bad. It's real bad. It's real bad. And let's see what Merrick Garland does. Let's see what Merrick Garland does. I don't know. I need something good to happen for all of us. That's what I need. I need something good to happen. Across the board. Across the board. Doing the same. Yeah, let's do it. And THC is dessert. They are. Forest fires are bad. That's so bad. I know. My family lives in the mountains, and they are evacuated every season. But hopefully, so far so good. But we've been watching. It is a variation on foreseeable developments, a given. Yeah. Given Cannon's banner, it is. You're right. This should not be surprising. It's not really surprising. It's more that, it came quickly, or it came at a moment we didn't expect it. We weren't looking. We weren't looking at her. Let's see what Smith does. Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious to see what Merrick Garland does, what Smith does. Visibly does. Yeah, no, absolutely. Here's the other thing. And I am actually reminding myself of that. Although this is how I reminded myself and got myself through the first 3 years, was I kept telling myself, well, but stuff happens behind the scenes and it's not something that we're ever going to be privy to. You know what I mean? So that's fine. I understand that. But now I'm starting to feel like, oh, well, what? Do we, what? It's really fun watching your gaming stream. Thank you, GP. I'm so glad. I always kind of worry that it's a little frustrating to watch someone else play a game, especially if they're not super good. Because I watch people game and I so anyway, thank you. I'm glad it's enjoyable. That makes a difference. And I'm getting better, little by little. I might try the submarine again someday. But good. I'm glad. Because I just don't want it to be frustrating. I really love that Stray game. I was telling Bobo that this morning. I really love the Stray game. I think that's a really fun game, and that's the kind of games I like. Where you have to figure stuff out, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that was fun. I really like that. I have to do that more. And I also have to get back to reading too. I think I'm going to have to try and get back to things that are really like a little more uplifting. This RNC is going to be a piece of work. I'll tell you that. I don't know. Let me see if there's anything else happening. At 8 o'clock, they're going to... Oh, you know, I don't like that station. I think they're bad. You're bad. You're a bad station. I thought Joe Arpaio died. What, didn't he die? He's not dead yet? What the fuck? I Kissingered that guy a long time. We have to do it ourselves. Elections are what saved us in 2018 and 2020. No one else can do it. Yeah, I mean, but wouldn't it be nice if there was just like a little bit of help in terms of like, you know, expectations of how law proceeds? I mean, the law certainly proceeds differently for other people. Why? Why can't it be that way for us? Oh, what's this? That's not it. Do 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 do. Wah 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 wah. That's not it. I'm just looking to see if there's anything worth checking in on. It's almost fall. Fall's nice. Fall's nice. Okay. Well, there's nothing until 8 o'clock, so just relax. There's nothing. I don't expect help from anyone. I would just be setting myself up for disappointment. When I have chores to do, I have to do them myself. Tom, I feel that. I feel that. And that's okay. I mean, it's okay. It's boring sometimes, but it's okay. It's a little sad sometimes, but it's okay. Yeah. I'm just gonna drink coffee and get really high. It's almost like all the internet strife is a deliberate distraction from real world problems. It's kind of true, isn't it? That's kind of like what I think. Yeah, I tried hiring someone to do some weeding. Big mistake. Oh, no. I'm sorry. It is hard. I would imagine that would be hard too, Max, because someone could really fuck up your yard. Like, you don't want me weeding your yard because I don't know what's a weed and what's a plant. I mean, I could probably tell, but I would inevitably make a mistake. I'm not qualified to weed your garden. I could do it with direction, but that's not the point. I can wish that the help I have given others would be reciprocated, but that just doesn't happen. Oh, Tom. I hear that. You do give a lot. You do give a lot. Doing what I can to get my neighbors informed about the November election. Yeah. You gave directions. Oh, I'm sure you did, but I'm just saying, inevitably, I could see where that wouldn't necessarily work out. Yeah. Because, again, people are people. People are people, no matter how small. Oh, I started a medium. I started a medium for poetry because I can't put poetry on Twitter anymore because the fucking slime bags that don't like me for whatever reason. They don't know me, but they don't like me. They won't let me put poetry on Twitter because they'll just like rip it apart and attack it and make fun of me. So I don't want to do that anymore. So I've started a medium for poetry. So when I have it loaded up, I'll send a link. Maybe. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just keep it. Maybe I'll just keep that to myself. Maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I should just write a journal. Maybe all of this was a mistake. Maybe I should just I should probably just open a journal. As someone who sometimes weeds, it can be very tough on the pretty tough on the hands. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. You weeded with a power tool. Did you dig it up? Maybe the mistake was hiring a friend's grandchild after they say they were shifty. Yes, here, hire my grandchild, but they're a little shifty. Watch out. Watch your silver. I don't know what's shifty. Oh, freaky, give me coffee, if factual. Tom Hartman. Here's a crazy bit of true history. Exactly 80 years ago this week, there was an assassination attempt against Adolf Hitler. His only injury was his ear. What? Oh, man. I don't think this guy needs any more lore, okay? I think this is the problem with most of these boys. Most of these boys really get high on their own supply. So they don't need to be, activated by anyone outside of that. I don't know. It's just a crazy mixed up world, kids. It's a crazy mixed up world we're in. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Too many breaking news. Too many breaking.
There have been concerns among Republicans that Jack Smith overreached, that he was politicized. There have been concerns among Democrats that this judge was slow-walking the case, dragging it out well beyond the 2024 election. And now this Judge Eileen Cannon, who held hearings on small bore things that would otherwise have moved swiftly, who had a series of delays and long waiting periods before issuing earlier decisions, has just knocked the case down. It's gone. And I've talked to a few sources over the past few minutes who say this is not surprising. This is shocking.
Scott, thank you very much. Stand by for just a second. Jan Crawford covers the Supreme Court for us. She's on the phone now. Jan, good morning to you. You heard that Scott just said this is not surprising. This is shocking. What do you say?
No, it's been cut off.
Yes, and I mean, I think that's because
it happened to everybody.
Generally, for the past 20 or so years, it's understood that these special counsels were lawful, that these kind of prosecutions could proceed. But Judge Cannon, in her ruling, says that it violates the Constitution, that the should have been funded, as Scott said, a different way.
You got it.
And she's dismissing this case. Why I think it's not entirely shocking, though, is that Justice Clarence Thomas flagged this as an issue in another Trump case, the January 6th case, when the Supreme Court ruled that Trump does not have absolute immunity from prosecution. Justice Thomas wrote a separate concurring opinion that is in many ways a roadmap of sorts, flagging the issue that he believes the special counsel Jack Smith's appointment was unconstitutional. Now, what does this mean? What's the bottom line? It means, of course, there will be no classified documents trial, but there was not going to be one.
Katie Fang just stated again that Tom's concurrence gave
it is also
Judge
potentially
Cannon
significant
the
for
roadmap.
the January 6th trial and whether Judge Chutkan can go forward with that trial. Trump's lawyers did not file for this hearing in that case, did not make this motion that the special counsel was unconstitutional, but they are certain to file those papers now. And so that will further complicate any efforts to have a trial in the January 6th case before November bail.
Well,
very big break for Donald Trump today. Thank you, Jan. CBS News legal contributor and Loyola Law School professor, that's Jessica Levinson, joins us now. Good morning to you, Jessica. What's your reaction to hearing this decision?
I am surprised, but exactly as Jan Crawford just said, this is something that Justice Thomas telegraphed in that case that we all got to talk about dealing with whether or not former President Trump has some or absolute immunity from criminal prosecution. This is something that Justice Thomas brought up during the oral arguments, where all of a sudden he says, you know, I think maybe we should talk about the special counsel and how the special counsel was appointed. Then he mentions it again in a separate opinion. I will say I am surprised because my understanding is that the weight of authority goes against this, meaning most judges assume that the appointment of a special counsel, the way Jack Smith was appointed, does in fact comply with the Appointments Clause. And we're really talking about a provision of the Constitution that tells us how you can appoint certain people, meaning, is this something where you need the advice and consent of Congress? Or is this a situation where Congress can say to a president, you have the power to do this on your own? And what Judge Eileen Cannon is saying this morning is that, in fact, that we don't have the power, that he was not appointed through the proper channels. She also says there's a problem with how his position was funded. She didn't get to that because she said, well, we're going to dismiss this with respect to the Appointments Clause only. I am surprised, I will say, incredibly lucky break for the former president.
Jessica, does it raise any questions about Judge Eileen Cannon? There seemed to be some concern earlier on in this case whether she had the experience or whether she was over her skis in this particular case. What are your thoughts on that?
Or she's corrupt?
So my thoughts are that Donald Trump got a judge who was very much willing to hear all of his arguments. So even when she ruled against him, she would hold hearings on issues like this one regarding the appointment of a special counsel. I will say that another federal judge, I think, would look at how we appoint special counsels, would look at our pattern and practice and say, we don't have to hold a hearing on that. But you have Judge Eileen Cannon saying, yes, we'll hold a multi-day hearing on that.
Right.
And this is not the only instance. We've seen other instances where Judge Eileen Cannon has essentially paused the trial in order to consider a variety of different arguments that former President Trump has put forward. She actually put this case on kind of an indefinite question mark in the sense that she took it off calendar. So Judge Eileen Cannon, I will just say, is a judge that the Trump team had to be very excited about getting, because at the very least, she entertained all of these questions, and that was a win for him up until this point. Now we have a huge win for him in this case.
Broadcasting Network studios here in Auburn, Alabama. I'm Matthew Alvarez.
And I'm Robert McNeely. It's such a pleasure to join you, Matthew, for the coverage of the 2024 Republican National Convention.
A lot of big news, of course, this week. And, of course, 48 hours ago. Bobby, your thoughts, what was it like? What you were watching, you heard that happen, and then what was your initial reaction to it?
Well, it's a visceral, horrible gut reaction that the President of the United States, Donald Trump, went through something so horrible, so terrible, and we're going to dive into that today, but we extend our condolences to the victims. You know, I've been to many Trump rallies, and you're bringing families there, you're bringing friends, people are breaking bread and enjoying the camaraderie, and to have something so violent, so terrible happen, it's just never expected.
Exactly. That in front of tens of thousands of people just 48 hours ago.
What's his name?
I know the news cycle right now is already talking about some breaking news, and we'll get to that in a bit. But at the end of the day, everybody's still reeling from what they saw, what they witnessed, what they felt.
He was there, and he's very scared.
And Bobby and I were talking before the broadcast a little bit about the American heroes. Corey Comparator, 50 years old, of Sarver, Pennsylvania.
Nobody can speak anymore. Anyway, I just have this on as background, so in case there's some Alabama, what are they doing in Alabama? Oh, session one expected. Okay, so it's not going to happen until 10:45 my time, 1:45 your time. Okay, that's great. So here's the thing. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and break now, and then I'm going to come back. Please, Trump got scratched. Think of all the school children. What's that mean? As opposed to the viscera. The viscera of my heart. No. Don't twang the viscera of my heart. Don't twang the viscera of my heart. Don't twang my heart, viscera. Okay, so I'm going to take a little break for the morning, and then I'll come back. We can wait for you to return. I know you're not going to wait for me to return, but you know what I mean. But I think I'll come back later on this morning when they're... Jason Miller? Give me coffee. Come on now. What's going on with the world? What are the crazy cuckoo Cocoa Puffs? Why are we all eating crazy cuckoo Cocoa Puffs? Okay. All right. I'm gonna chill, and you guys can chill. You guys got stuff to do, I'm sure. And then I'll be back probably about 10:45, I imagine, when things start. Or about 11 Pacific, which means 2 o'clock Eastern and everything in between and outside of that. Good night, GP. I'll see you soon, I hope. So hit the bell, but I'll definitely be back probably earlier than my previously scheduled. I'll change the time on my other placeholder, and then we can join together again later on in a little bit and see what's happening on the interwebs. Yes, go grocery shopping. Make sure your weed is all... Listen, this week's going to be really tough, folks. I want you to make sure that your weed is stocked. That if you need vodka, then you have vodka. As long as you're at home, that's fine. Watch your liver numbers. See your doctor. If you need to just meditate, you're going to meditate. Like whatever you need to do, you're going to do. But stock up. Because it's going to get hairier. All right. I think you guys are awesome. And I will see you. I'll just play the regular outro because I don't think you need the whole song yet. Because we're going to see each other in a couple hours. It's not long. I hope you come back. Thank you so much. Weed and coffee. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Bye.